Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? What is going on? I want to do a reaction video so bad to the new music video, which is ironic because my daughter is in here packing. She's running a little bit late, so I'm late too. But what was I saying? Oh, it's so ironic because I have a music video for you guys too a little bit later. It's pretty spectacular, you know? It's one of those real doozies. So, stick around for that music video, but I want to do a reaction video to that one so bad. I mean, here's the thing. I can't even do it. Okay, here's the thing. Like, he thinks that's funny, but not in the way that everybody else thinks it's funny. Does that does that make sense? Like he really thought that music video was like giving it to the trolls. Cry me a river. Why didn't he use one of his Smule songs? It would have at least been his voice. My Lanta, I'll tell you what. So, um, yeah, he made this, I don't think he knows the definition of trolls because he actually trolls himself. Like if you like look it up, you're like strong, aggressive, disparaging language. Like, but like he just keeps lying. So there's always new things, you know, and there's always the next set of creators that come along. Like how many have we gone through so far? Just since I came onto the scene, which was in I don't even know. If it's like more than a month ago, it was a year ago. Like I have no idea. I think I started on YouTube in, somebody help me out, 2020? 2020 or 2021? I don't know. Somewhere around in there. But yeah, so it's been we thought we were going to get a break when he was in jail, but we didn't because he was just being recorded from jail, which is illegal, but so and then he had a crew, he had some employees from, he's dead broke in jail, but he's got employees working for him running his channel. So we really didn't get a break from him then. It's just like never ending, but he continuously comes up with new lies just all the time. So, what did I say? What did I say? Long time ago, I said, when you go away, I'll go away. But I won't like go away, but I will go away from talking about him. I'm literally pretty sure I clipped that because I said it like a couple years ago. And I still mean it. And if you don't like what I do, why don't you go over and tell old Greeno to stop lying? Like enough's enough. Get off of true crime. You are a true crime case. And please don't make any more music videos. But, well, like you guys, like it's funny and that's what I was back to. It's like funny and like a cringe, like ooh, like you're just like, oh my gosh, this guy's so awkward and like, what is he gyrating? Did he just hump a tree? I think he licked a microphone. I'm pretty sure he licked a microphone. Like I can't. No, I'm not even. This is why I want to do a reaction video, and it literally might be worth a strike just to like do it because, whew, wow, that was a doozy. Like my stomach's gonna hurt tomorrow. But yeah, whatever the definition of troll is, I really don't give a shit. Like I don't care. I'll be a troll, sure, why not? But at least I'm not a cowardly lion. Like who he literally like he thinks he's like Carl Sagan or Aristotle or something. Like he makes quotes of things that he comes up with that he thinks are enlightening, and he puts quotes around them, and then Anthony Greeno. Like, did you guys see that? So the only cowardly lion that I can recall is the one in Wizard of Oz, which we do, like, he wasn't a real lion, right? Like, we can all agree that that was not like a wild lion, like it was a man dressed up as a lion. But like lions in the wild, show me a cowardly lion. Just show me one cowardly lion. You can't. Like, literally, there is none. So his quote, what's his quote? What's his quote? I don't want to mess it up because, it is epiphany. The cowardly lion roars the loudest. You cannot make this stuff up. Like, you can't. You just can't. So I have a video, and I was just going to release it as a video, but you know what? The whole production is just not my strong suit. So it's like a video, and there's clips in there, but I want, you know how it is. Like, I don't like it when I like click on a video and then I have to read a bunch, but that's like super easy to do. Otherwise, you have to like record, then you got to edit the recording, and then you got to sync it to the video. And I don't have the computer space for that, for one. I had to delete a bunch of stuff just to put this video on here. And then that is a lot. Like, I'm not going to put that much into it, So here's where we're at. I'm going to commentate live the video that I made. And I just went a little wild, like the whole thing with art of deduction and us covering a domestic violence related case, and then him like going on with Greeno like 2 times in a row, right afterwards. Super disrespectful, in my opinion, and I can have one just like they're allowed to, so I have one. I don't like it. I think it's disrespectful to victims and their families. And since that is what my channel is about, it's literally in the About Me. It says I'll be covering true crime cases and the creators that re-victimize victims. That's in my About section. It's right there, real plain for everybody to see. So there's no need to like try to convince me to do something otherwise, because how long have I been around? I don't give forks to that. I don't give my forks to that. That's why I continuously just keep doing this. And the more that he does, like the more he tries to like intimidate me, because we were about to see that charge. He's been charged with intimidation. I don't even know how many times. But, he is control king. Here I am, shorting out. Did you see that? Have I been gone? How long have I been gone? Delphi Mad Caps. I've caught you live, Mel. Just got off work. Awesome. Good to have you. Hey, Anna. How are you? Hello, Chris. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong ones. Daisy. Hello. Samsonite. Oh, it was frozen for a few seconds only. Hey, Jody. How are ya? Professor Pug. Good to see you. Kimosabe. I love that name. You made my daughter giggle. Carol. Oh, I just love her comments. And you know who else? Cindy, where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Where is Cindy? She just gets, and Professor Pug, they both, and James, I mean, they just comment. And someone new's been commenting too. I don't know the name, but she landed one. She was just like something about glue sniffing. Oh, I remember. He he had said something about he had Carly buy him some Just for Men spray because he's getting gray. So her comment was literally like, "We know what you're going to be using that Just for Men spray can for." Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Ashley. Oh, I have a listen. Ashley Schaefer, BMW. Huh? Kaya? We call those Heidi's. I don't know. What do you need? Go ahead. Ooh, they see your armpit.
Stop. Do they really?
No. I have an idea. Listen, I don't know if you are aware, but Greeno is on Smule. So what Smule is, I don't ask me why they've decided to call it Smule, but that's what it's called. Something it's like, an anagram. What is it when the letters mean something? Is that an anagram or something like that? But it's like a music where you can like sing in your bathroom, just so Greeno's on there. He's got 2 accounts and wow. Lots of content where it's actually him singing. So I was thinking that you could take those and then put them to the videos that you make because it would be his voice, So there's one, I think he sings The Lion King. How appropriate would that be lately? I don't know. What's the song? The lion sleeps tonight. I think he sings that one, but I know he sings Under the Sea. The Little Mermaid, Under the Sea. Yeah, he sings that one. And like a whole slew of songs. I mean, you've got content for days. So think about it. Think about it. Marbles. Mamma Mia. Oh, wow, commercials. Yeah, YouTube Premium. I'm telling you, that it is real. I don't ever see them. So, of course, I'm going to monetize all of my Greeno content. Like it helps me. Like, so, well, I mean, yeah, it's not that big. So I do always appreciate super chats on the Greeno lives because they afford me the ability to continue to make content for all. And yes, I do make a lot of videos about Greeno, but like that was a comment. I don't know who it is. I don't know who to give credit for, but they said Greeno, and I was like, why didn't I think of that? Greeno, perfect. So yes, I have covered Greeno a lot, okay? But I want you to go and look at his videos, and then you can go and look at my videos, whether they're live or video, and I guarantee you I have covered more cold cases that no one's heard of than him. And you don't make any money on those. Those are just because that's my passion. And covering Greeno allows me to continue to do my passion. Does that make sense? Okay. I mean, I think it makes sense. But I also do it because hopefully it'll just like save one person the trouble. The money, the trouble, the abuse, Like when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I don't know who said that, but it was a really good one. I'm not going to put my name on it, like Cold Truth said it because I didn't. But yeah, so we're going to get into the Cowardly Lion here. Stop chatting. All right. Mamma Mia, hi. Oh, my Lancer, we got 72 people in here. Yeah, Greeno. Yeah. Hey, Dustin. Gaslight you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Super sticker. Bye, babe. Love you. Be careful. Ivy Rose. Hello. Cher. Hi. Good to see you. Yeah, there you go. Everyone that comes into YouTube and a new season doesn't know about him and they don't get into intense research, but now it should be out there. You get it. You get it. Thank you for getting it. I appreciate that. I really appreciate Angel Bear. But yeah, I really do. I appreciate that. Good to see you. Always landing with the truth bombs too, you know? Like if the truth is trolling, troll on. Like what? I mean, uh get your lollipops mules, ladies. Ivy can't watch till tomorrow. I want to see a true reaction video from her. Listen, it is wild. I don't know. I don't know what. What. But I do want to say, like, he was trying mad hard to get Carly to, like, say that I contacted her, which, you know, she knows I haven't. So she was, like, super honest. And so that was pretty cool. But, I mean, come on, guys. Like, no, we don't believe. I mean, come on. You're you're inside an enclosed porch in your house. Last week you said would the IRS would only get like $70 from you for like 7 years. So you said you were considered poverty. So how you were able to turn $30 into a house, I have no idea, especially when you don't have any like bank statements and things that you have to have that just to get an apartment. Like you can't just go willy-nilly be like, hey, I'm ready to rent your place, and then like not show them anything that you can sustain renting the actual place. That's why Jamie calls him a homosexual. Did I say it right? Yeah, because he just like hops from couch to couch because he doesn't ever have any like a place of his own. But he wants us to believe that he was recording, which is never done before, but okay. He's recording because there might be intruders that night because Carly's spending the night in the enclosed porch with him, and he's on a live for an hour and a half, which I did not watch. What was that? But the end got real good, so of course I tuned in for that. You guys got to understand, I get sent clips of Greeno and comments of Greeno every single day. You got and I don't even come on live or release a video of half of it, So I do a lot, but I have a lot of people that do a lot of work, and I want to thank them. I really do appreciate you, and you've helped. We have been a team, and yeah, I don't mind being the face of that team. We're good. We're ready to go. So it's so yeah, he wants us to believe that he's in the enclosed porch, but on a live, which that explains why the window opens to why it looked like he was outside, with the cord in the window, because okay, it's a porch. All right. Then somebody breaks in, they turn the lights on and look around, and then they open the blinds like, who is out there? The intruders do this, okay? They throw the curtain back, which, clearly it's like a shimmery, I don't know. It didn't look like a green screen to me. I don't know what it was. It looked like a curtain on the outside, so it makes sense if it's like an enclosed porch. So the intruder opens it, and then Greeno says, come on out here and whoop me, or whatever, that's what you're going to say. Come on then, come out here and whoop me, on your own, in your own house. So you're going to have a struggle at the window when they're in your house. If you're on the porch of your house, that means they're in your house. So, but the porch is secure, but the rest of the house isn't. And people are like, oh, Greeno, Yes, like, we're so sorry. Are you okay? So, of course, I was going to be worried about Carly. Like, you'd be a real asshole not to be because you're going to see it here in a minute. The reason why I was concerned when old Greedo flips open a knife, it's because I've read about that in all in his transcripts. So we're gonna get to it. Okay, I'm done. Rant over. Shadowbox, hello. How are ya? It's good to see you around lately, Johnny. Oh my goodness, this guy has just been keeping me up late at night. He is the funniest man, but I don't, Johnny. We got to have a serious talk about the fire and the crickets. I have like sensory, and I love Johnny's voice, but the fire cracking is. Whew. But I'm still there. Like that's how much I enjoy it. Is the sound makes me like really anxious, but Johnny makes me really happy and like laugh a lot. So it like balances out the anxiety. So just imagine if it was like, you know, I'm gonna send him some fire sounds. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send him some rain. Johnny, will you do rain? But you guys got to go check out Johnny. I mean, it is just a time. We just have a good old time. Me and little Debbie. And there is a troll called Psychobabble that is always in Johnny's chat. It's amazing. But they're not really a troll. They're a troll, but like, not. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. But it's funny. 50 Shades of Faye. Yeah, I'm getting blamed for you. Saying I sent his girlfriend over there. Like, if you're a female, you're his friend and you're a scorned lover because he's a misogynist. But yeah, I don't mind, girl. I thought that was great. Yeah. Yeah, that was. Yeah, just telling the truth. And people are like, oh, Mel sent his ex girlfriend over there to Granny Watches. Well, you better watch out for her. I'm like, I don't even know who she is. Like, she is not in my sphere at all. Like, no clue. Only I was sent a link because Greeno was on the panel. And boy, am I glad I was sent that link because those were some fantastical. You're going to hear a couple of them here in a second because I'm going to get started right now. I'm going to do it right now. Okay. I'm going to get this comment off here. I'm super hyper. Yes. I know. So I was like, oh, it's going to be late. So my daughter is home and she gets those Black Rifle coffees. Have you guys ever heard of these? Well, I drank one. I drank one about an hour and a half ago. And boy, oh boy, wow. I mean, they just, like, I was like, what is going on? Like, what is in this stuff? Is there like real like Coke in here or something? Like, it's nuts. I've never been, like, it just was like an instant energizer, which, when you're drinking coffee or, like a energy drink, you're wanting to have energy, but you never really get it except Black Rifle Coffee delivers. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. I think I have the sound ready to go, so we should be good. Hey, Frank. We should be CJK. Hello. We should be good. But I'm gonna, pause and make sure before, I get into this. Oh, I gotta get it up on my phone. Hold on. I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, wow, it just got so big. I don't know how to make it smaller. Hold on a second. Oh, I think I got it. Nope. No. Oh, okay. Hold on just a second. I don't want to be on the screen. So I got to figure out how to take myself off. I don't know. Is it this one? Am I gone? I think I will be. All right, let me get it up on my phone. Okay. All right. Let's see. I guess I had to play it in order to see if you guys can hear it. Hold on. What's happening?
I want to answer someone in your chat here. They're like,
Can everybody hear it? It was a breakout. Marbles. It was a breakout. Okay, you can hear it. Okay. So, obviously, you can see this is from 4 years ago. This is a little screenshot I took of him. Like, he literally said, I grew up in lockup. What more can be expected from a con man? Okay. But, let's hide this stuff. Like, how do I hide that? I know there's a way. I don't want to see it. Maybe there. Okay. All right. All right. Ready?
I want to answer someone in your chat here. They're like, please expose Anthony Greeno. You know what? Hang on. I'll do it for you. I'm a felon, a con man, a grifter, a tragedy pimp, and pretty much everything that everybody talks bad about. That's me. There you go.
Yep.
You just got exposed.
You are
You're
a con
saying-
man just like he is. That's
See,
been
now you're
proven.
doing it again. You are making
you
racist
are.
claims against
But
an
you are.
individual with no proof. Then prove it.
There's plenty of proof.
Prove it.
There
Because
is
you
plenty
can't.
of proof
You're
out there.
exactly the reason why we are
There
talking
is
about
plenty
this.
of proof out there.
Prove it. Prove it. Fact check, and then fact check, and then fact check
Oh,
again.
I don't know about
Before
that.
believing any.
Okay, so that was all from, is it Granny Watches? Because I have a grandma watches as well. If you're here, I love you. But I think it's Granny's watching maybe. So the first one, that like they are in, there's a bunch in the middle, but like, so he says that he is all those things, right? And then she calls him one of those things that he said he was, and then starts yelling at her, prove it. And I'm just like, girl, I think your name's Laura. Like, Laura, but they blocked me in the chat. I'm like, Laura, he just said he was, so you don't have to prove anything. He admitted to being a con man, so you're good. Like, just say, roll back an hour, because you just called yourself a con man and a felon and a tragedy pimp, which, yeah, like he is, like, yeah. Okay, so this is, him, you know how, like, so now he's come up with his own, with the cowardly lion roars the loudest. I love that. Like, that makes me so happy. But like, the cowardly lion roars the loudest, but then he's like screaming at her, prove it! Like, yeah, like, you're the cowardly lion, dude. Like, what is happening? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, collateral damage. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Granny watches. Oh, that's good. I think she's funny, to be like honest. I mean, I don't know like any of like backstory or where she fits in the true crime world, but I think she's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty, and she's funny. So I don't know. But apparently they think I'm like somehow an adversary. I'm like, I don't, what is happening? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, that's good, because I've been talking for like 5 minutes. But so yeah, so there's new lies and the old truth, because it is old, like it's old, like okay, so here we go. I want to go, here's this big.
Plenty of proof.
Prove it.
There
Because
is
you
plenty
can't.
of proof
You're
out there.
exactly the reason why we are
There
talking
is
about
plenty
this.
of proof out there.
Prove it. Prove it. Fact check, and then fact check, and then fact check again before believing anybody that just says something. As it's always been said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So if you make a big claim, it's your job to back that up.
Like, see, I mean, because he said this quote again on Granny Watches. Am I getting her name right? I feel bad. I should have checked. I mean, I should have checked since I was going to be, like, saying her name a bunch. Hey, chaotic beauty and crime. I'm looking forward to the Christmas party next Friday. You know what? I think I'll drink I'm gonna hide one of them Black Rifle coffees, and I'm gonna drink it next Friday night. It's wild, you guys. I'm telling you. Okay. For one, like, this is a good quote, but he never brings any receipts, even though he yells about, like that cowardly lion. Like, I think he did kind of nail that one, but Carl Sagan Carl Sagan is the astronomer, right? Who was like, I mean, he did a bunch of stuff. Like, he wrote like books, and he was the author of like a bunch of like scientific type research and stuff. But like, where is Who's Your Cold Case? Says he will know, or Ivy, she'll know. She knows everything. But Carl Sagan, he was the, oh my gosh, the alien. Not the alien guy, like the wild guy on the Discovery Channel, but like the, because I think there's definitely extraterrestrial. Like, come on. There's got to be life out there besides us. Like, we can't be that narcissistic to think we're the only living, in the whole entire. But anyway, Carl Sagan. So it's just kind of funny because we've never and not me personally, but like that's never been able to be proved. Like, literally, I think there's proof, but not, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those other, like, it's apropos, like it's very apropos that of course that's his big, philosophical moment. Okay, here we go.
Evidence that corroborates what you're saying. Please be.
That's what Hannah says, but I also have two clippings of Hannah saying other shit, and that doesn't corroborate with her entire story.
Well,
So,
I will
is
say
it
that I
true?
was a part of that documentary. I was there behind the scenes. It was me, Julie Melvin, Michael Catt, Doug Rice, a whole slew of people
Caleb.
were in that room doing all this. And the context that was given on those specifics that we were talking about had nothing to do with the murder scene and this Odinism stuff. It had to do with the trees right there at the end of the bridge when you're walking down the hill. They would have grabbed those, and some of those would have been broken along the way. That's what we were talking about when we were talking about.
Okay, so I want, I'm not a behavioral, like, Observe. You could go watch Observe. My friend Crimezilla told me about Observe, and I still watch Observe to this day. But it's like a loose science, like some of it. But it's the thing where people get crazy with it is if you get to know one, like, it's individual. It's an individualized. You can watch someone's mannerisms and get a baseline, and then it just doesn't apply like across the board, you know what I mean? But Greeno definitely has his tells, and if you notice, he's rambling on. Now, Fig Sauls, love that guy, and it's creepy because he looks like my brother-in-law. Like, literally, they sound alike, they look alike. It is uncanny. Someone else even, like, said, holy crap, is this blank? I'm not going to say his name, and I'm like, no, that's Fig Sauls. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? So I have confirmation that one day I'm going to send Fig like a little video of my brother-in-law, and it's his doppelganger for sure. But like, so if you remember, Fig Sauls released with Hannah Shakespeare's permission the unseen documentary. Okay. So all of that information, Greedo was able to get like he's like a capitalist. I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games or something. Like he just capitalizes on events that happen and inserts himself in them just like this. Okay. He says that I was a part of that documentary. I was there behind the scenes. And then he proceeds to ramble on until people are just like, what? Like they're like, what? But of course, to stand up for Hannah Shakespeare, whatever art of deduction said, like, no, like it really was about the social media, but like not just the people that were a part of that knew about. I mean, I heard about the social media stuff from a family member of mine. Like, literally, I've told you guys, like, that my aunt is like really close friends with the kids that they were spending the night with. So that information I knew, like, I mean, it's not like, it's not new to them, and it's not new to, he's just capitalizing on it, and he's got to insert himself because he wants to be, the most important. But it's a flat out lie. Okay, lie.
Those specific things, but the way it was edited and turned into a video turned into something that it shouldn't have been labeled like that. You know what I mean? Like, so the way that some of that was put together was more angled towards the catfishing theory. That's what that whole investigation was basically brought on for, was that Hannah believed that it was dug more into the social media aspect of the crime, and that's what her take was. And they chose not to air that on Lifetime because it was so controversial and there was no evidence pointing to it being social media until after they decided not to air it. That's when we found out about Keegan Klein.
Rambling. Okay. I should pause it here because I'm not going to be able to read that. So this is what I'm about to prove, okay? So we heard this clip. Art of Deduction made a statement. It is a misinformed statement. None of the Hannah Shakespeare, I do want to set the record straight on that. None of the Hannah Shakespeare stuff was about the crime scene, like photos. It was about, the social media aspect of this. And I want to correct that also. I think someone did. I'm going to show it, but if I didn't, make sure I want it. I'll just correct it now in case I didn't put that up. The part about the controversy, like, that's what the rumor's been, but the confirmation from the person is that they decided to go a different angle for the whole, like, it's Lifetime, like one journalist can't control all of Lifetime. So, it didn't, but we did get to see it thanks to Fig. So here's what I'm about to prove. Greeno was in jail through December 14th through the 8th, like, of 2018 until at least May. You know how it's always a puzzle to try to figure out when they actually get out, because they should add that to, like, the court docs, like, released on da 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 da. So because you never know, you read because he's always pled guilty because he's guilty. But it'll say like 190 days served, 180 days suspended, A class ranking, so you're just like, well, what in the hell? Did they get out 50 days ago? Are they out now? Are they in for a few more days? Like, what do you, like, break it down? Like, just let us know when he's out, Oh, so annoying. But regardless, this was filmed in February of 2019, and his butt was in the Morgan County Jail, okay? And I have comments by multiple attendees that Greeno was not present at any of the meetings pertaining to this documentary. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. I've redacted all the names because I'm not an asshole. But I feel like what I'm about to show you is plenty of proof for reasonable people, okay? Like, come on. I don't know how long I have this for. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'll just keep pausing it because like I told you, I was supposed to put this to audio. But here's my first bit of proof. So you see the date at the top. It's December 14th of 2018. We've got Morgan County Superior Court, cause number 55. There's the case number. I'll read it for you so you can go and look it up for yourself. 55D01-1812-5 or F5-001991. Okay, you could just go look that right on up, and you can get all of this stuff too. You can just send. Is this Carol? No, this is Morgan. I'm not sure how I got this one. That's why they have K6 on them, because I didn't get all of these. Like, I got a lot of them, and other people got a lot of them too. Okay, so that's my attempt of giving credit. But yeah, like, people just steal your stuff all the time, like Pace Gullible keeps doing. Anyways, so he was charged with, in Martinsville, intimidation, and it's a level 5 felony, and disorderly conduct, which is a class B misdemeanor. Okay, but it was a level 5 felony because Renee A.C. Greeno did communicate a threat to commit a forcible felony to redacted, with the intent that redacted be placed in fear of retaliation for a prior lawful act, and in committing said act, the defendant drew or used a deadly weapon. Okay, and we're gonna dig into this a little bit more, but this also says Renee A.C. Greeno did recklessly engage in fighting or tumultuous conduct. Now remember, the victim in this, which I'm going to show you later, I'm going to show you the reports, is a female. Okay, so we've got him threatening her with a weapon and fighting and tumultuous conduct. All right. I feel like okay, here. This is, because he always likes to say, he's been, coerced into all the trouble. Like, it's really the law's out to get him because of he's getting to the bottom of the Delphi case or Flora, which is all just him capitalizing. Like, Morgan County don't give a shit about Carroll County, like, they were annoyed. Like, they had to, it's in the police report, like, they literally say, like, we're here all the time, like, this is we're fully aware. And he only lived there for like a couple years on and off because he kept going to jail, but this is what he pled to. So they pled it down, and he took a plea on the intimidation. It still says it's level 6 felony. And this gives you like the amount of years. And then, like, this is dated April of 2019. So again, just a little bit more proof that February couldn't have been there. But here, this plea was contingent that this was his only, criminal history. But boy, is it a doozy, because what has he said? It wasn't glue sniffing. 2016, glue sniffing, unlawful aromatic hydrocarbons misdemeanor in South Carolina. It sure does say glue sniffing. It's not because he had just some cans laying around of, whatever that long word is. Yeah. So, and then here's another one, 2016, there's a violation of a city ordinance. So there's a misdemeanor there. 2014, escape, a class D felony because he went on the run. He's literally on the run right now, really. Like, so this is like the 7th time he's been on the run. I don't know how many times, but it's been a lot. 2013, we have false information to police, criminal trespass, criminal mischief, and that's in North Dakota, and a violation of bail bondsmen and runners chapter misdemeanor in South Carolina. How many times has he tried to tell you guys that he's, he's lawfully, like, he's never gotten it, that people are making that up? This is literally his criminal court documents that I got through public access. Like, you can get this too. So yeah, he did get a misdemeanor for violating the bail bondsman and Brunner's chapter because he's not a real one. And he like broke into a house. I'm sure you guys remember me going through that whole thing. That's another intimidation charge he got because he was threatening to kill people. Like, I mean, he's just a wild man. So then we got in 2010 domestic battery, theft, residential entry. And then in 2006, we've got operating a motor vehicle without never receiving a license. And it's not because he's blind, like he likes to tell people, which I have to say this because it's true. I think it is absolutely asinine that the punishment for not paying child support is to take away driver's license. Does that make a lick of sense? No. How about weekend jail? So they can have their car drive to work so they can actually pay the child support. But no, you want to make it even harder for them to pay the child support, which is just like, what are you doing? Why is it like, what is happening? Change that. But that's why he lost his driver's license, because he doesn't pay his child support. Okay, so anyway, criminal confinement, battery resulting in bodily injury. You guys remember this one? The 2005 was the one with the mom, the grandma, the girlfriend that's pregnant. I mean, it was just a wild year for him in between 2005 and 2007. That's what my records say. So he got battery resulting in bodily injury, criminal mischief, battery resulting in bodily injury, battery resulting in bodily injury. He battered 3 women in the same like setting and then went and hid in the woods, So this is just a quick synopsis of his criminal history only up until this is a 2018. So the 2018 charge of intimidation and disorderly conduct, intimidation with a deadly weapon against a woman who was in her own apartment in a tent, like, poor thing. And then he went on to the next year to she had to call the police on him again because he was going buck wild. It's just and then he got in trouble again. It's just never ending. So this criminal history is way bigger than just this. But for those of you that don't want to watch my long videos, okay, so this is getting into the group. Like, I am in a group. It's called Delphi Dilemma, and I hope it doesn't get big. I don't think it's going to do that. But one of the admins in it, we do go way back, and I'm just going to pause here and say this, okay? You know who you are, and we had a little thing. And we got in a little tiffy a long time ago. And I'm sorry. Like, I am genuinely sorry for, like, being emotional and putting, like, what I thought was the right thing to do onto you and the other person. Like, that was out of line. And you had every right to be like, what, you know what I mean? Like, I recognize that, yes, I when someone goes after a friend of mine, it's just knee jerk to like, ooh, and I'd been kicked, and so like I stand by that part, but that I put that on you, like somehow that's your problem, that was wrong, and I am sorry. I genuinely am. I respect what you do, and like I am sorry for that. I just wanted to pause and say that if you're listening. Okay, so this is comments from people that were a part of you've all heard the audios, and like someone in there said, well, he's not in any of the audios. And I was like, I know, but you know how Greeno is. He's a slippery little noodle. He said, I was in the background. So he's prepared for people to be like, hey, you weren't in any of the audios. He was like, I said I was in the background. I wasn't lying. Okay, well, I've got your number, buddy. So this is from one of the people that were a part of this in the chats, in the meetings, and I don't think she was, but Hannah Shakespeare does refer to this person. So she's never spoken to him or interacted with him. She's talking about Hannah Shakespeare in any way, shape, or form. He contributed nothing, zero, absolutely nothing. They were only in Lafayette for 2 days, and that was in December of 2018 because we filmed in 2019 February. This is from another person that, oh my gosh, it was so funny when I sent her this message, because obviously you can see this as like my real phone, like messages. And she got a new phone, like a new phone. And so when I messaged her, she didn't know who it was. And it was like, hey, was Greeno a part of the documentary with Hannah Shakespeare? She was like, if this is Rick Snay or any Julie Melvin, don't ever contact me again. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Mel. She's like, starts laughing. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was just really funny. But no, he wasn't. So that's why I like cut all of that out, because she just like gave me the what for before she was like, oh, okay, sorry. But no, he wasn't. That was her answer to me. In no way. I just can't be positive on the dates, but I know for a fact he was not at the meeting or in our chat or no way involved. I believe you. I need statements and some kind of documentation to prove it. Because, receipts. Oh, there's one that I missed. Okay, so this is my post in the Delphi Dilemma. And I said, does anyone know when the meetings with locals for the Hannah Shakespeare documentary took place? Was Greeno there? He is telling people he was a part of it in the background. I know his name has not been mentioned as being there in prior posts. I am pretty sure he was in jail, and we got all that. And then I know like that there's someone in there that I knew was there, so I said their name, and I was like, was he there? And they were kind enough to give me an answer. And I have permission from the admin to be sharing this. Sent this clip and a question to her. Sent this to, yeah. And so it says, but I want to read this part because I want Greeno to hear it. Doug Rice, okay. He had nothing to do with this, and he called Doug Rice nothing but a liar, but is trying to use his name. Doug's family would appreciate him not using his name. That's a direct quote. Keep Doug out of your mouth. I have that clip, that horrible clip of, you know how he acted, like what he said about me, and how some people, they deserve to die. Yeah, I just can't even, there's just things that are so horrible you can't even but Doug died, suddenly, and, yeah, he's like, well, he's dead. Shouldn't have said that. It's like, what did I just hear that right? This guy is a real, utter, horrible human being, you guys. This is bad. Okay. Bet they do. I have another. Okay, and then I was telling her about that. So, get a confirmation. This is another confirmation because I have that one from the other girl. Fall of 2018 gathering info, shot in February of 2019. So there's two. He was definitely in jail in February 2019. I could prove that. He went to jail on December 14th. Don't know when it happened, but he wasn't in any of the audio. So this is where I was like, very true. But I think this, did it go back? Okay, no. Okay, so here is a person that was there and obviously has a very good recall. And they added more today, and I meant to go and look at that, but it was basically explaining the fight that Doug Rice and Michael Catt, RIP to both of those men. They are both no longer with us. And here's the Bruiser. Yeah. Okay, so redacted person says the meetings were in the late fall, I think November of 2018. Greeno had nothing to do with it. People present were 1, 2, and then goes through. That's I tried to leave the commas in there so you could see like this person literally had everyone that was there. And then he said that Kat, which is Michael Stroop, crashed the show at the end with like 2 other people. And this is another person commenting. I was there with Doug. We were invited. Doug and Kat disagreed on a detail, and their temper showed a bit. If Greeno was there, he was hiding under a table or something. So basically, like, no. And then I think later she did say not, and I asked her again, and she was like, not that I recall, you know. So we've got a bunch of people that were there, all like, no, he wasn't there. So why? That's my thing with him. Why do people keep taking him seriously on the Delphi case? He wasn't, he lies. Like, you can't trust the thing that comes out of his mouth. So, if you can't trust one thing, how can you trust anything? You know? Gosh. It's not rocket science. Okay, here's where I was like, a special thank you to my friend, you know who you are, for sending me the clip that I just showed, and my other friend for answering my text, and along with the members of the Delphi Dilemma, a Facebook group, for all of your help. Couldn't have done it without you.
Just don't change.
All right, I'm gonna have to let that play a little bit because I don't want to. Here it goes. I think I'm gonna delay.
Is mistakes. Well, you're wrong, Angie. I'm sorry to break your heart, honey, but you're wrong. You're dead wrong, and you don't know him like you think you know him. You want to believe what you want to believe, but you didn't live it, and she's not. The thing is it's great to hold out hope for people and pray for people, but some people just don't change. What's that expression? You can't, a leopard don't change its spots or whatever. I don't know, but you know, all the rumors about Greeno, there is a shred of truth to a lot of the stuff that you read online about him. And he's a con man, a con man at his core. I'm telling you that.
But we're gonna pause.
And all you got,
because I go back, but I didn't think about. I should have done it a little different because I wanted to read this because this is the police report. And like she says, like you can go and look this stuff up for yourself. This was in 2020, okay? Like he put her through hell. Absolute hell. So on December 14th of 2018 at about 12:30 a.m. while on duty with the Martinsville Police Department, I, Officer Philip Hammonds, was dispatched to the address of blank in Martinsville, Morgan County, Indiana, for a report of domestic dispute. It goes on, you know, says, but the complainant left the apartment and went to the neighbor's house for safety before calling police. Dispatch advised the called stated a male subject threw a knife at her during an argument. She was uninjured, but requested law enforcement for a report. Officer Chris Darling and I advised we would respond. I was just like, I know I've already read this. I don't really want to read it all, you know, like I've already done this. I asked girlfriend to explain what had happened that led her to calling for the police. Blank said that she was at home with her boyfriend, roommate, Anthony Greeno. He pauses to say, I am familiar with Blank and Anthony both from prior law enforcement involvement and know Anthony to be Renee Anthony Charles Greeno. Stated she was in the tent at home when she and Anthony started arguing. The which is referencing in Blank is referencing in is in the largest room or living room of her apartment. Blank advised that she often sleeps in the tent inside the living room floor instead of the bed because she likes the tent better in her own home. She had to evict him, you know. So here she is, just like trying to live inside of her own house in a tent because he is a terrorizer. It's terrible.
Mistakes. Well, you're wrong, Angie. I'm sorry to break your heart, honey, but you're wrong. You're dead.
And I played this because Ange knows, and Ange has come out and been like, you know, he got me. And he plays on, he's like I've said before, he's always got to have a mother figure. Let's follow the trail back. So Julie Melvin, because we got him calling her from jail. The Clampets are getting me, Julie. You know, that whole phone call. We're trying to send me. I need money. I can't. I'm calling my mom. You know, the Clampets are after me because I'm popular. That one. So that was Julie, the mother figure. They're usually Christian. You'll see the pattern here in a second. And then it went to Ange, and totally played on her Christian values and the fact that, you know, she has a past, and the fact that she of her, like, he weaponizes your past, and he tries to get you to, you know, be Team Greeno by manipulating you on your weaknesses. He could spot him a mile away. And that's what he did to her. And it broke my heart. And I was so happy to see her say, that's it. You know? And then, so we've got that. And then I think we go back. Well, no. We go to Marvelous Marvin. She was his mama figure. You know, I think, you know, she keeps posting verses of, you know, justification, which I hate that. But, so goes to her for a little bit, then goes back to Julie, you know, where they're sitting in a bar, and, you know, she's blaming Crime Geek for stealing his stuff. Like, do you know that this is a pattern with him? He leaves his stuff places habitually and then expects them to keep it for years until he wants it, and then he'll try to sue him. And like, they're like, well, like, he has like lots of stuff. You expect people to pay and keep your stuff for you, and then like mail it to you at their own expense? Like, are you nuts? Like, and people were like, I can't believe Crime Geek didn't send him back. And they did the same thing to Jess, which she gave it to his dad. Like, you know, it's terrible what they did to her. Absolutely awful what they did to, what the people did, the flying monkeys around Greeno and Greeno did to these particular ex-girlfriends. Like, it is sick and disgusting. And this isn't even the tip of it.
And you don't know him like you think you know him. You want to believe what you want to believe, but you didn't live it. And she's not. The thing is it's great to hold out hope for people and pray for people, but some people just don't change.
Amen.
What's that expression? You can't. And all you guys have to do is look at his criminal history and pull the police. And he's a con man, a con man at his core. I'm telling you that.
Okay, I'm going to pause it before we go on because we need to read this. She said that she was in the tent preparing for sleep for the night when she received a text message from a neighbor. Blank said this neighbor's name is Neighbor 2. According to girlfriend, Neighbor 2 is a friend, and he sent a message asking about her lights. Blank said she responded to Neighbor 2, and they had a brief conversation. At some point during this conversation, Blank said that Anthony saw her talking to neighbor and questioned her about it. She said Anthony was jealous that she was talking to another guy. She said she reassured Anthony that she did not view it like that and that Blank was only a friend. Said that Anthony was not calmed by this and became more angry, yelling and demanding that she block the neighbor on Facebook Messenger. To block someone on social media that the blocked person could no longer contact the person who blocked them. Blank said she refused to block Blank and told Anthony that such action was completely unnecessary. She advised that the verbal argument continued to escalate as they argued. Blank was still in the tent, sitting near the back corner away from the tent, like literally hiding in a little tent. And Anthony was described by Blank as standing beside the tent over her. Blank said that Anthony was angry that she would not block Blank and yelled loudly and said he's going to have to beat Blank's ass. Blank said that he was so angry and still yelling, she told him she was going to call her neighbor to come over and calm him down. Blank said that upon hearing this, Anthony went crazy, continuing yelling, and pulled out a knife and said that she saw Anthony pull the knife out from his person somewhere and open the blade on the knife. Switchblade, remember that from the video with the crazy story of getting broke into and all that jazz? Yeah. And then threw the knife to the floor beside the tent. Confirmed the knife was thrown down beside the tent and not directly at her person. But it is still a threat of violence with a deadly weapon.
And all you guys have to do is look at his criminal history and pull the police reports yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. It's all in the police reports.
That's what I did.
And I was called a fucking liar for a long time. But I mean, I had to give up friends for him. Lifelong friends. If we would get into an argument,
okay,
this is how crazy he would get.
I asked her to describe the knife to the officers. She advised it was a folding style pocket knife with possibly a wooden handle. Said the knife was a silver blade. Then said that after Anthony threw the knife, she decided to leave the apartment and go to the residence next door. Thank goodness. This story's familiar too, because there's a lot that never pressed charges because they were too in fear of for their life because he threatened them. Said she walked away from the apartment and she said Anthony was sitting on the steps of the apartment smoking, and it kind of goes on with his report. Then he had picked the knife up before she left. Said he might have picked it up, but she was not paying attention and she just wanted to get out of there. So this is the police report that Jess is talking about, okay? She tried to help people like the same as Bree, and they've both been drugged through the mud over it. What the hell is wrong with you? All of you mother forkers coming at me of your flying monkeys for Greeno, and not one, not two, but three. I have watched you guys just trash, completely say that they're all making it up. Like, okay, maybe one, this is what I told him. I said, okay, maybe you were wrongfully convicted one time, but not all at these times. Like this, like come on, dude. Like, come on. It's the same with these girls. How many is it going to take before you guys wake the hell up. Because I'm telling you, eventually, I don't know, Carly's a little different, so she may not. But like, it's gonna end if it's not already. Like, there's some kind of a, this is just my feeling on it. And I respect her. Like, that was brave of her to, and you know, and like, she's right. I don't have ill intentions. I legit was worried. As soon as I saw him flip that fucking blade, my mind went straight back to this. And I've seen all of Jess's videos, and I've heard what he's done to her. And what I'm letting you guys listen to is just little bits of it, okay? Like, and I've heard from other women. And the stuff that I don't talk about is the stuff that really eats me up. And it's so bad I won't talk about it, okay? But it's so horrible. Like, it's literally the most vile things that you can't even, like, it's just like, how can one person be this bad to so many people and hurt so many people? But I'm not going to do that to them, you know? So, but this should be enough. This should be enough. It's sad, you guys. So let's listen to her.
Shut all the lights out. Okay. And if I would say a word, he would jump me and like clamp down my mouth so I couldn't say anything because he was so terrified the law was going to come out and get him. He was like hyper paranoid. Now, why are you hyper paranoid? He's not going to change. Anthony has been forceful with me. He violated me more than once. When people get involved with Anthony, you can ask a lot of people. They get involved with Anthony and they hear the rumors about him and they dismiss it, but then they end up getting burned by him. You guys remember that video, but you can pull the police report. And he's threatening to kill like 2 or 3 police officers and the security guard. It's all in the police report, and I heard it with my own ears.
2020.
He's lucky he didn't go to prison because he threatened to kill a police officer and his family. He did it to multiple police. Okay? And when he got arrested in 2018, he threatened to kill that cop's family. And he's lucky the prosecutors didn't go after him for that. So he's got a history of threatening people, using intimidation, conning and lying. He uses violence and blackmail. Okay? When we first got together, he posted a photo of me in my thong on Instagram.
I have that picture. He put it on his channel too.
So he is a very bad dude. And he does use tactics like blackmail. And he does stoop to all-time lows. He does threaten to kill people. Maybe you guys should ask what happened to the girl before me. Emily.
So I want you guys.
And black.
So we're going to... Emily. Okay. Emily is no longer alive. Her name is Emily Ann Sawyer, and her mother posted this in one of the Facebook groups she was in complete panic trying to find her daughter, because her daughter, who I think it was Greeno, sent her this picture of her leg. Look at that. Literally sliced open. Anthony Greeno sent my daughter a bus ticket from Charleston, South Carolina to Kokomo, Indiana on May 1st of 2018. Which, I feel like that was 2017. But, I don't know. I spoke with her on Mother's Day. The next morning, I awoke to find a couple of bloody pics in my messenger from his phone, because both of her phones were apparently destroyed after she got there. I asked her what happened. She said they were playing around and he accidentally shoved her into the corner of the couch. What was the couch made of? A bladed weapon? Like a switchblade, maybe? And her leg got gashed open on a piece of metal. She then wrote, "Time for a ticket home." So she said that, time for a ticket home. Then I I have to give him his phone back. That's why I worry about Carly, okay? When old Greeno pulls out a switchblade. That was the last time I heard from her. I contacted the sheriff's office to have a welfare check done twice. The next morning, I awoke to a message from Greeno, see below, which that is below, the one next to it. He has since deactivated both his and her Facebook profiles and changed his phone number. And now my beautiful 34-year-old daughter is missing. Help me. Like she's begging people from Indiana to help her. Find my daughter, please. It's heartbreaking. Anyone, feel free to message me, and thank you in advance. So she gets a picture of her daughter's leg stitched up. And then this. I know it's kind of fuzzy, but this is her talking to, this is her and Greeno talking, okay? She says, "Earlier I gave you 5 minutes to have Emily call me. Time is up. You're trying to keep her from her family and people who love and care about her. Criminal confinement, remember those charges. Even though it wasn't for her, she didn't press charges against him. She just got out. She just got back home, you know? You've led me, and I thank you. You're trying to something her who you really are, but you see, I'm her mother, and I won't let her. I will do everything in my power to protect my child." Oh gosh, I gotta plug my computer in. It's gonna die. It can't be off the charger for no time at all. I gotta get a new one. Some good that did, huh? This is Greeno because he signed it Mr. Greeno. Some good that did, huh? Because now I can assure you Emily will not be using my phone to contact anyone. Good luck in your search. Sincerely, Mr. Greeno. And there's a bunch more to this story, and it is so heartbreaking. But this is enough. You know, like, get out of here. That, I would like Mr. Steve to look at that slice and tell me if that ain't from a freaking sharp ass knife, not a couch. Come on. How does that even happen with a couch? It doesn't. He did this to her, and he actually bragged about it, and another person recorded it. You know, like, he's a monster. Absolute monster. Samsonite. Oh, starting a GoFundMe for Emily Ann Sawyer's family, who fought so hard for her from South Carolina, and some wonderful people from the Midwest tried to get her back. Oh, I want in on that. I want in on that because my heart breaks for Robbie. She's been through absolute and utter hell. And, you know, and that's the thing is, like, Crime Geek's mom. Geeks, I call her, you know, Geek's mom. Like, I'm about to show a clip from her, and like, she's just like, they were so scared, you know? Like, this is what he does, and he's taunting her. This is just the half of it. Like, he's literally taunting her. He sent that picture to her. And then he said that. Good luck in your search. There's so much more, you guys. Like, it is awful. Vid inquiries. Thank you. It's going. It's going, you know. It's the disaster that I know you had a front row seat for some of it too, you know. And it's, isn't it? Like, it is just awful. You know, like, boy. Yeah, unbelievable. Hi, Diamond Eyes. Lake, hello. Lighting their way home. Good to see you. It's Lake's birthday. That's right. Happy birthday, Lake. You should go watch Greeno's video for your birthday. A little gyrating. Huh, huh. A little licking the mic. Like, why is that? Ugh. Ugh. Glaze, gaze. Oh, I can't wait. I can't. I wish I could listen to when Gray watches that, if he watches that, because that would just make my night. Um, Burn, if you're here, hey. We're going to do a live. We're going to try to get Truth Be Told too. So maybe Jamie. But like me, Burn After Reading on YouTube. He's a wonderful man. And not just for his passion to expose Greeno, but just is all over. Like, such a gentleman, such a wonderful person, and he does really great work. And you guys should go and check out his videos. Just down to earth, a really good heart. And truth be told, oh, she is a breath of fresh air, isn't she? You know, you guys remember when, my basically like my like motto in life is that Mark Manson like blog, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fork. I've read it to you guys. But in there it talks about it's not about not giving a fork about everything. Passivity is lame, but it's saving your forks for what is really fork worthy, what really forking matters. And he says in there, he's like, yeah, like this guy thought he was going to come do something to my mom. And I said, oh no, fork that guy. I'm forking going after him for everything he's got. You don't fork with my mom. Well, that's the same thing that happened with Truth Be Told. Greeno called her mom, I think he called her a H-O-8, what? W-H-O-R-E. And she said, oh, no, you're not. And she said, I don't freaking care about adversity. I saved my forks for this, and I'm going to fork and let him know. And I guarantee you, like, it was like, oh, I'm getting to see someone else that gets it. Someone else that knows how to save their forks for what's most fork worthy, So that's pretty awesome. Okay, carrying on.
Male. Okay, when we first got together, he posted a photo of
Families go through.
you guys should ask what happened to the girl before me.
I've spoken to one of.
We'll just have to.
Maybe you guys should ask what happened to the girl before me. Emily.
So I want you guys to know, it looks like, oh, it just, Crime Geek went ahead and read this guy and had all this drama. What the families go through is hell. I've spoken to one of, I won't name names. I've spoken to one of the victims' mothers.
Mm-hmm. Of Greeno.
Of Greeno. Oh my gosh, we're best friends now.
Oh.
She's from a different
Robbie.
state. I won't go into that because I still have some.
Very sad.
We're investigating, and she has taken. She has. It didn't end well. Sorry, Ray, you're making noise over there. It didn't end well. So I want you guys to know that I didn't sleep. Mel knows there's nights that she was like, "How you doing? Are you all right?" I'm picturing this guy that's a felon that doesn't give a crap about his kids, 4 kids, hasn't paid child support. Why would he care about? He told my daughter that he would take care of that. He doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a phone, he doesn't even have money. He's going to take care of my grandchildren over my dead body. So I said, let's get him. Talk to Lee County. Lee County says I'm sorry, let me reverse. The day before, I had talked to Carroll County and I said, I can get him for you. She said, get him. I call Lee County to get it all set up, and they call me back right away and say he is not extraditable. And it's funny because he had told my daughter that, oh, they can't come get me because I'm not extradited. They're not going to waste their time on me. It's just for child support and meth or whatever his thing was. And I fled.
Mhm.
And go this many states to get me. Well, guess what? When I called Carroll County and said, oh, that's wrong. Who said it was
I
non-extradited?
actually wish I never heard the name Anthony Greeno ever.
Right.
And but I'm trusting the struggle. I trust the God in my life. So
Anyone who pushes me should be scared of me because I literally don't give a fuck when I'm pushed to the limit, but you aren't going anywhere, you're stuck. That's why I keep telling you, the more I'm pushed, the crazier I will get. I warn and warn people to stop, and then they continue to do it until I snap.
That was in the
Tom Brady is a cheater.
Lord, that got loud. Woof.
Daughter, that he would all set up.
So this was a part of the injunction that she got on him, and all of this was done from jail. He's allowed to do this from jail, like literally threatened to kill her repeatedly and through a third party, and then proceeded to get Ed bound like he's and Graz, like really, like I mean, could you pick someone that maybe didn't have a past? Like, okay. But like, so they did like a review of this injunction and he just lied all about it, you know? And it's like, dude, the judge literally was like, this, what I've heard today has been anything but civil. Like, and she gave the thing. And he did take, you know, and then his big claim to, you know, I was right, like he likes to do to all of these girls. This, like I said, this is just just a few of them. There's way more, okay? There's way more. And they're all victims, every single one of them. There's not been one that he hasn't terrorized and abused, okay? Like, let that sink in. This is just a few of them that are willing and not terrified that he's going to do blackmailing things and come after them. Because, I mean, he tries to do it to me all the time. You guys hear him. Threatened to kill me, show up at my house. He even threatened my daughter. Like, literally said to Crime Geek that he was going to come after my daughter. Okay? Like, this is a monster here. This is a true crime case. This is a habitual criminal that is still doing habitually criminal things right now. Like, good Lord. So there was a lot to that, and you should go and watch that injunction hearing. And you should go and listen to Crime Geek and her mom, the episode that I did. Because they were brave enough to be a voice for all the victims. You know, how he liked to say he coined that term. And you can also, I don't know if you can, but if you can, I got it recorded. Lindsay Ann from Can't Stop, Won't Stop called him out. So did Michelle Barton and a bunch of other people that were at those, and that he did scam people. You can ask them. Graz had her on and let her speak, which I respected that the Graz did that. And he wouldn't let Greeno up there because Greeno was in the chat going ham, you know. But like, Lindsay Ann is these Michelle Barton, like the things he said to that woman are horrendous. Can you imagine? Like, he literally in a commented to her something, you weren't there to save your son. Her son died. Like, what? You're a monster. I'm going to turn it down because that scared the crap out of me.
I trust the God in my life. So
I do want to read this. This is Laura Richards. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but Scotland Yard profiler for like Scotland Yard. She has a podcast with Billy Jensen and Paul Holes. It's phenomenal. It's called Real Crime Profile. It's a podcast, so you have to get off YouTube and go listen to that. But it's phenomenal, okay? But she this is a quote from her. Focus on the perpetrator so that we understand that it takes someone 7 times to leave an abuser successfully because of the coercive control. What we just heard that she read, that he sent her from jail. I don't know how they allow that without getting another charge. Jesse McFadden, he did the same thing. He was like, that Oklahoma, he killed out like literally just 7 people at once because he was getting ready to have to go and face charges for being a pedophile again. And like, it's the same thing. Like, leave an abuser because of coercive control rather than shaming the victim. How many times have you guys done that? Why don't you knock that off? Why do you think I get so pissed? Because he gets all of these people to go around and like, he's the troll and he sends his flying monkeys out to try to do the same thing. That's trolling. Like, telling the truth about somebody isn't trolling. And if it is, I'll be a troll all damn day. Rather than shaming the victim or judging them and saying they have some personality defect because they stay with the offender. Like, how about we try that on? And what is he doing to you right now? How is he coercively controlling you? How many more videos are you guys going to watch? How many more lives of his are you guys going to have to watch where he is saying, what was the last one? Someone sent me a clip of it. I mean, and the thing is I have old clips of him doing the same thing, like trying to get money from people. So the like one from a while ago was about like a long time, like a couple years. The scam was he wanted to start a DNA fund to go around and collect people's DNA so that they could get swabs and turn them into like Ancestry and 23andMe. Like, that's not a thing, dude. Like, no, and you're just gonna pocket that money. Come on. The same guy that was like, I'd never give them my DNA. The same guy that petitioned the courts to get his DNA taken out of the system, because you can do that after so many years. So he literally took the time in another state to get his DNA out of their system. Like, okay. But I lost track. But yeah, instead of going around and being a little troll for him, why don't you actually give a shit about the victims of him and stop supporting him? And how many more times is he going to go live and be like, that one was that didn't, like, that people weren't buying into that. So then it switched. He needed a drone. This was back a couple years ago. Oh, I could really use this drone. And he shows the drone and he got that drone and then blamed Bree for it, even though like that was taken care of, you know, like, and it didn't even work, but he left it. Like, somebody already bought it. Now he's trying to get people to buy him another drone for Christmas and his birthday. Have you ever seen a grown-ass man have more love of their self? Like, all the pictures are ridiculous, let alone that he thinks he's so important that people want to have a birthday party and send him money and buy him another drone. Are you kidding me? And then what was the other one the other day where he was like, oh, I could really use this AI, you know, it's like this much money and think of all that I could give you, you know, that help me, help you, give you what you want. Like Jerry Maguire up in here, show me the money, you know, like, I don't know if you've seen that movie, but that's a scene from the movie and it reminds me of Greeno, what he does to you, his subscribers and loyal followers. Gosh. You know, the thing is I have been kind of going back through all the old videos that I have. And before I put them on, I cut out the chat. But so the ones that I haven't edited yet, like the chat's still on them. And I see all kinds of names of people that have seen the light. And they're now people that are no longer helping him. That's what Marvin's doing. And she knows some of the worst stuff. And that's why I have disdain for her. And for her to get on there and use the Bible, like, that really pisses me off. And she must not know her Bible very well, is all I have to say.
It pushes me. She should be scared of me because I literally.
Tom Brady is a cheater.
Just like me on my girlfriend.
I fucking hate the Patriots. They suck balls.
Tom Brady and the Patriots are playing two sides, just like I play two girls at the same time. The only difference is when I get caught, I go to jail for 30 days and get kicked out of her fucking house. Tom, any suggestions?
Wonder who this was. 2015. If anybody has a clue who that could be, let me know.
Vince. Even though I hate the bastards, I'm still going to have to take Tom Brady into New England.
Again, I said this. If you are sick of me making these videos, please tell Anthony Greeno, True Crime Case, to stop lying.
Another victim, you know? Like,
that's why I do what I do.
this is why I do that. If I can save one person, the hurt, the hurt on your pocketbook, the hurt on your soul, the hurt on your heart, your mind, mentally, if I can help one person because they come here and they hear the truth about him, then I feel good about that at night. I feel good about that, because even if it's just one, but as I've been doing this, the amount of people that he has hurt have been more than I even knew, in ways that I did not even imagine. And I won't talk about those. I won't. And the truth, there you go. You know, when you go around telling lies, and the truth can be shown, you know, like everyone's been saying in the chat, there's your receipts. Wish I could just like get it together for just a little bit.
Okay, so I thought that, you know, at the end of this, because like the video's over, even though like literally I'm not gonna run out of content on the guy because he's just that bad. But like this is just a little compilation of, you know, just fun times on my channel and my chats and stuff that I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Because I know it's like getting close to the new year, and I thought this was like this year, like this past year, but I think it might have been like even into the year before, because I'm terrible with time. But this is just a little. This is now we're like, you know, we've gone through some really heavy shit, and we're just gonna kind of have a little laugh, have some fun. So I put this little bit together.
Oh, that'd be really great. That'd be real great. And the truth, there you go. You know, when you go around telling lies, and it'd be real great. Keep going.
All right, I'm just gonna have to go back.
There's your receipts. Wish I could just like get it together for just a little bit. You know, that'd be really great. It'd be real great. Keep going live, buddy. I got all night. Because, you know, when you go away, I'll go away. Well, I won't go away. Stop that. But I will stop talking about you when you go away. I sure will. I sure will stop talking about you when you go away. But I'm not going to run out of content, and he's not going to run out of lies. So looks like we're going to be here a while, folks. Here we go. There he is. Look at that guy with the lazy green eye. Boy. Okay, let's try to figure out like how. This smells so sloppy. I'm gonna have to turn the chat off. Like I can't. It's hurting my chest. It's like he was playing the time that I was working with him when I was really just doing all the work in the background like an idiot. He kept telling me, he's like, why? His excuse to not do what he's supposed to do was, I got band practice. He was making smules. Or Chase. I'm missing one of his names, but Chase is his last name. That guy was insane, but he was also a killer. I think they considered him kind of in between a spree and a serial. But yeah, he was pretty crazy. He was going around killing people for their pulmonary arteries. Like, I shit you not. Now, if this just doesn't get you hooked, I don't know. I don't know what will.
Here it is. My music video.
Until the sky falls down on me.
Hi. Yeah. So there's my music video. Somebody made that. Because that's when he's sitting there. And if you remember, this was the scam that he was trying to get people. I have it on my channel, you know, you could go find it, where he is the live performance of the he was selling tickets. And if you became a member, you could see the back, what do you call it? The like behind the scenes footage from his impromptu, you know, karaoke on the streets of downtown Indianapolis. And then he like played some of the song to get people to buy tickets and then become members so they can see the back behind the scenes of this nonsense. We found it on Smule. It's the same song. It's the same thing that he played. Like, and he's just on Smule. Yeah, he used to tell me all the time. He was like, I got band practice. It's like, he didn't play. There was one where he tried to play the piano. You could tell it's totally fake. Like, and now he's got a new music video. He's got a new music video. He's gyrating. And like, how could you think that gyrating and lick a microphone up in a tree to cry me a river? I'm sorry. I can't. I'm just. I got those giggles again. I mean, when I watched that, I just was like, oh my gosh. Like, what is happening? And just to think that he worked on that thing for probably tons of time. And it's just so cringe. But he's like, it's funny because he's like, when someone thinks it's a parody, but they don't quite know how to like do like, so they don't realize like how weird they look. Like, it is something. Like the mood. I don't even know. But all I know is men should not face the camera and like, isn't that called like gyrating? I don't know. Like, I'm not the answer. But like, yeah. And then licking a microphone. Just like, I can't. And people are like, oh, that's so great, Greeno. I'm sorry. I need to get a tissue. I need to get a tissue. Just give me a second. Oh, my Atlanta. You know, this is so cringe. It's just like, ah, what are you doing? I, I'm just gonna. It's so cringe. I don't understand. I don't get it. This the zippity doo dah. Oh Lord. Yeah, like it is bad. Let me see if I can find. Um. Yeah, he's got legit like music videos on Spiel. Like he thinks he is just the bee's knees. You know, that's how you can really tell. Here's a couple, like, here's your signs. Where's that Jeff Foxworthy guy at? We need him. Here's your signs. Like, when someone is constantly, like, doing AI pictures of them, trying to look all, you know, something that he's not. And then, like, posing, like, one where he's, like, laying down, like, in a parking garage in his fake uniform. Like, I showed you, I bought that badge. Like, I could have bought that badge. And if you look at like the proof that he showed, he didn't even take the time to make sure the frame was like right on the certificates. Because you saw it, he did get charged. The bounty hunting thing, you know. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then like the wheelchair basketball team, like he scammed his way onto that and like literally bullied. Like the head coach died suddenly, and like he was the head coach and Greeno were like friends, you know, or something. And he was like letting them help him on the team. And then he died. And then Greeno tried to take over, but they're like, like, no, like you can just like assist, like keep, like you can help. And literally he got booted because he was bullying the wheelchair basketball players. Like there's an article about it. You can read it. It's like the Forks Herald or something. But the wheelchair basketball team, like, I mean, it just never ends. Lord. I thought I was like, where is it? This is Spiel. I can pull this up because it's my content. But yeah, like he's got a whole Smeal, and oh my gosh, like I will tip Ashley with all the other names to make one of those AI thingies. That and our youngest cat smacks me if I sing high note song. Were there any microphones found around microphones? So funny. Greeno just unsubscribed to my channel. Of course he did, Steve. Sorry about that. Tip it in to get into jail, like the trail of the microphones. Like, it's a true story here. Gosh. Like, yeah, I bet. Like, you should have seen when I was watching it for the first time. Like, oh, it just like kept getting like worse and worse. I was just like, what the hell? Oh. My wife gets the Pabst Mule. What? It's appropriate. Oh, that coffee, buddy. Woo. Chaotic, you get ready. I don't even need any alcohol for the Christmas party. I'm just gonna have me a Black Rifle coffee. I went unroyal with that comment. And then Ivy followed it up with, remember he used to say happy to go play his guitar. He doesn't play the guitar. He doesn't know that he's got a mule. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not sorry. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm not sorry. Not sorry. This guy is, you have to have some comedic, because there is some comedic like relief there, just as how ridiculous it is. This guy, he coins his own quotes. You know, let's touch on the cowardly. When I saw that, it's on his Facebook. You can go look at it yourself. So I didn't I didn't make that. He made that. The cowardly lion roars the loudest. And I just immediately started I started thinking about the Discovery Channel, and I was like watching the lions, and they were not like, I don't think they exist other than cartoons and Wizard of Oz. Like there's no cowardly lion. There's no like real cowardly lion. Like lions are like the top of the food chain, you know? Like they're up there. They might be at the top. I don't know. I would assume they're pretty close. Maybe like killer whales, and then lions, gorillas, maybe apes. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I can't. I would really I wanted to put Greeno's face, his face in there. And I thought, well, that just might be a little bit too trolly. Better not do that. But yeah, this is like, what is happening? You know, and then he's got that Carl Sagan one. He says that all the time. Be a voice. He literally's got one on his TikTok of him saying something that he thinks is like profound, you know? So he like clips himself saying like great things in his opinion, takes pictures of himself constantly, makes music videos, has 2 spill accounts. Like this guy is in love with himself. Like, isn't it obvious? Like there's something going on, you know? But I'm the bad guy. I'm the Wicked Witch of the West. Maybe I should be that for the Christmas party. Yeah, I'm the Wicked Witch of the West, apparently. I love it. Love it. Justice Third Daily, hello. I think you sent me a sticker. See, other people can always like go at the end and like pull theirs up. And like, I don't know how they do it. Is it just because I on too long? There it is. I found it. This is extremely scary behavior, Cold Truth. When did this happen? Recent? Well, it's, you know, Justice Third Day is an ongoing saga. You know, this started in 2005 and has just habitually kept on happening until the present. Because, come on. Like, there's been some stuff with the newest next ex-girlfriend, you know, like eventually she is going to, because he messaged me and he was like, stop contacting her. And I never contacted her. He literally, when he went to my justice for like finding Dakota Kelly, a victim that was dismembered by his dad and put in 3 states to hide his body. yeah, on that page, you know, told me to stop. Well, I hadn't contacted her. So obviously there was like trouble in paradise, you know. And then if you've noticed, like quite a few of his lives, he's just been wandering around outside. So, you know, like, but yeah, Carly, like you're right. And that, because of what I just showed, that's just, like I said, that's not all of it. There's more. But because of what I just showed tonight, that's why I was worried. And that's why other people were worried on their own, worried, you know? Like, I'm not some, like, telling, I don't do it. Like, I didn't tell Faye to go on Granny, you know? Like, she did that because she felt led to do that because she's seen the shit too, you know? Like, when other people tell the truth about him, he pretends like it's all my fault. Like, I'm the one that did that. And it's like, sorry, buddy, that I hurt your pocketbook, but you're a con man. You are a self professed con man, grifter, felon, tragedy pimp, and all the other bad stuff that everybody says about you. Those are your words. So you carry on, and I'll carry on. But stop lying. Like, when you stop lying, like that literally, I don't think that will ever happen, you know? Like, there was so much more that I could have put into this, and it's just like, good Lord, like, but here, you know, here we are. How many years in? It's the same storylines with different people. Like Marv, you know, she's the new Julie Melvin. She's the new Angela Hope. Like, it's just, this is what he does, you know? So it's like, when you're like, what's that, like, when you contribute to the delinquency of a minor, you know, you're like contributing to the revictimization of a felon, con man, tragedy pimp, grifter, you know? Like, stop it. Because you're giving him, that's why it pisses me off when I see people on his panel. And if you don't like it, you know, I mean, nobody has to obey me. Like, but, you know, when you're up there and you're supporting that guy who doesn't belong anywhere near here, there's tons of proof of it. Don't go up there. So disrespectful. Especially art of deduction. That was so disappointing. And then he wants to say in the comments of like, I don't know why the hell, like, you're telling me, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'll just find it and read it. Ugh, piss off. Like, of course I'm going to be pissed. My name is now on your channel, dude, even though you put the video for a victim behind a paywall. Whenever I need to find, like, do something, I can never find it. There's always this button on here where I can go to comments, and of course, not here. It's annoying. There they are. Comments. Aw. I just saw that. Thank you, Ashley Schaefer. UCS says, longtime fan of your work and your commitment to it. I think that first real chat with Crime Geek was one of the realest, sweetest, most genuine things I've ever seen on the tubes. I appreciate that. Where was that one about Faye? It was like so weird. There's a bunch of him. He comments on my stuff all the time. Go look at his channel, see if I've commented on his channel at all. I haven't. And then somebody named Loopsy Lou is trying to tell me, you know, like what? The comments are just crazy. Amy Celeste, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, so cringy. Oh, where is it? Now I kind of forgot what I was looking for. What am I looking for? Help me remember. Oh, he's using her, but she knows. I don't know. I don't know what the psychological thing is there. I don't know. Maybe some kind of like hybristophilia or something. Gosh darn it. Can't remember her name. Oh, well. Oh, this was a good one. Neurotoxicity says, imagine trying to simultaneously flex that you have so much money that no amount of lawsuit will impact you while also saying paying child support is for plebs and therefore not for you. The mental Olympic level gymnastics and acrobatics it took to jump through these hoops has an energy that I can only describe as feral. Yeah. Like, literally. As I said, I love this comment so much. Cities seen as a natural habitat. I wish I could find that comment. Yeah. But he did share. Yeah, he sure did. He shared. It's still up there, I think. He shared my community post about him. Yeah, the short that doesn't show up because, listen, you want to know why it doesn't show up? Because of the vulgarity of it. So YouTube like hides it from my channel. That's why I put it in a post like that, because it doesn't show up. And it's like, but he actually, it's like literally on his channel. So, it's like, huh? I'm getting this from another YouTuber who was actually banned, so he's ban evading and like he's what's happening. But there's some people that just like don't seem to get caught. But yeah, this is what he shared on his channel.
That's what I have to say about you, bitch. One day, Mel, one day you will see me in person, okay? And I can't wait. I can't wait, because guess what? If you think I'm a bad motherfucker now, you'll definitely think it then, because I hold nothing back at this point with you, okay? You're an obsessive bitch.
But he like, he thinks that he is justified because of what I do to act violently towards me. Do you see where that is that jump there of like, this is online, dude. Like, this is YouTube, you know, get your big boy pants on, you know, probably some baggy ones, especially if you're going to go around gyrating and humping trees, you know, like what? But like, so I put this as a community post, okay, on my channel, and he says, I'll share it. And so he does. He shared it. Let's see if it's still up there. Let's just gather again there and see. But I was like, oh, where'd it go? Crap. I just was like, why, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. They do need to hear the truth about you. Like, he thought he really got me because he just wanted to dox me again. You know, he just wants to put my real name out there, putting me in jeopardy, you know, which is totally such a man thing to do. You know, like a real man would definitely do that because someone tells the truth about him all the time and he doesn't like it. And he weaponizes his depression, you know. Well, I have depression too. So whenever he says he's going to come and kill me, he's my, you know, like, I'm not going to do that. Like, who does, you know, like, But yeah, he said, oh, did he delete it? Looks like he might have deleted it, folks. Happens all the time. Good thing I can screenshot. But yeah, he said, I'll share it. Oh, that's the wrong one. That might be. Oh, here it is. Yeah, he says, I said, please share it. And he says, I'll share it for y'all. I said, True Crime Investigates, thank you so much for sharing to your subs. Making them aware of who you really are is really important. And by the way, my 16-year live-in actually does live inside the house. Motherforker. He's always like, when does she spend time with her? Like, you have no idea my life. Like, you have no idea who I'm with. And like, you know, like, it's just, it's so, bleh. We'll take a comb to him. I don't know. Those rake bangs, I might need something stronger than a comb. But I got a good old mule kick. And I'm always, you know, I'm ready. Like I was telling Johnny, we got cameras all around, like enough around the house that like where there's no windows, there's not. But like, yeah, like we got cameras. We have a cop living next door. We have an arsenal that we are responsible with, and we go practice regularly. Need to be a little bit more regular, but usually go a lot more in the winter, I feel like, because you know you're just like getting stuck inside, so we just go to the range. But yeah, and Mr. Cold Truth is like Deadeye head and heart. And I shoot because he shoots there, so we share the same target and not have to, like, you know, wheel and we share the same booth. And like, so he's gonna shoot there and he's just gonna end up with like two big holes. Like, you know, no matter how far away it is, by the end of the paper, like we pull it in and there's, because he's just like hit the target in both of those areas repeatedly, so they're just ends up being one big hole. And then mine are, so because he's aiming there and like I need to see what I'm doing, so I aim for, you know, for the goods. I aim for the dick. And I end up with like shots all along it and like around it, but like still in a pretty good grouping, just not as precise as him. So, you know, I responsibly carry, and I carry every day, you know. And like when I went to Alabama, okay, and this is just me, you know, like so I'm not really thinking anything of it, but so I met Wesley for the first time with the Shannon Polk. Wesley runs a Facebook group, and like you know, so when we went out there, we went to the crime scene of where Shannon Polk's body was found, and you know, we're walking along, and like he's like, I wear a knife, like it's just like it hangs on your neck and you just kind of you can tuck it in her shirt, but it's like a really good knife for if you're I wear it when I go hiking, okay? Um because it just comes in handy, okay? And so I had that on, I got my gun on. And I always have this like cute, oh it's so cute. I think I have it in here. Probably. I probably got all of them in here to be honest. It's like I think it's a Madagascar. It's like my friend got it for me, but I always carry this. Isn't that cute? Just like a little, but it's sharp as shit. But yeah, so you know I've got like he's like, do you go around like this all the time? It was just funny because he's just like they're like really taken aback, and I forgot to take. Okay, so I'm wearing like there's videos of this somewhere on my channel of me, and it was like it's hot in hell in Alabama and so humid. So, but where we were going, I'm like, oh crap, like I don't know. I think I had them in my car just like left over, but like I had my like kind of like they're more hiking boots than all of the other shoes that I brought with me on that trip. So it was like they're kind of like rain boots, but you know, they're kind of high top. So I had those on with jean shorts, with my gun on my hip, my knife on my neck, my tie-dye shirt. We're like going out in the woods together. I didn't really think about it because they just met me, you know. So I'm like, man, I wonder like what they thought of me. And I was like, I thought I was not going to be the hillbilly in Alabama. I was the biggest hillbilly there. Like, yeah. Where I grew up ain't nothing on Prattville, Alabama. Yeah. I stuck out in Alabama. I mean, I don't know how. But I managed to like stick out. uh, yeah. It was a fun trip though. Hilton, the true perfect for people with OCD. I'm just saying. But yeah, that was a good trip. Pretty sure I met the killer. So yeah. I don't like I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I think that there's a quote about it, you know, like you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. But when it comes to Greeno, of like, look at his content and look at the manipulative way and the shiny things and the always got the PayPal, you know, ready to go and that kind of stuff. You know, just look at that kind of stuff. And across the board, you know, when people do that. But I'd like you to go and you compare his content to mine. And yeah, it's if you like lasers and strobe lights and gyrating and looking. And it's that damn snowball. I cannot get together. Looking at, looking at, like literally, like okay, if that's what, like the like, I'm not gonna be that. Like, I'm not gonna be a producer, you know. Just like he's not really. He does it on Canva too, just like I did all that on Canva. I'm just not, you know, doing the zoom zoom, you know, crazy sounds and hate it. But go look at the depth of his content, and then look at the depth of mine. And ask around. Find me some victims' families that I've worked with that don't talk to me anymore. You know? Try to find one of Greeno's that does. Okay? I hate saying that kind of stuff. But I mean what I say. You know, when I say I'm going to do something, I try to always do it. Sometimes I run out of time and like I feel terrible. And I always try to make it up to that person, you know, like, but when I started this, it was like, I'm not going to just cover this case and then not be available to these families, you know, like each family that I talk to, I still help them all the way, like Shannon. I try to, you know, it's very unfortunate. It's just like one of those situations with that case that's just like, as Andrew would say, it burns my biscuits. And then Ray Hainish, I'm going to be at that trial. Like, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to be there with Case Gullible. Oh, don't get me started on that. I got clips for days. So just be waiting around for that. And when you watch, because she's growing. Her little Ashley, it's growing, you know. So I'm going to wait till she gets all of her evidence that she says that she wants you to draw your own opinion to. Okay. Here's a lesson. I've already said using the girl from Delphi. That's already manipulative. And the content that she's putting out, she's not putting it out without trying to tell you what to think. If you really want people to come to their own conclusions, you put all of the information out without a word. You put the interrogation videos out, no commentary, put them out. Transcripts, court docs, you read them, none of your opinion. If the chat says, hey, what's pro bono mean? What's pro se mean? What's, this term mean? You answer those questions and that's it. She's not doing that. She is trying to plant her opinion, and so is Rhonda. Good Lord. And the other ones, they're not doing it. They're already telling you what to think. Okay? Because of the way that they're putting out the content, and then she's like patronizing Ginger and Cheryl. Like they don't comment on her stuff very often, but when they do, they don't use their real names. And that, like, she's literally like, well, Ginger. So she's not Ginger in the chat. She's doing it on purpose. And she's just totally patronized. She does the same thing to Cheryl. Cheryl don't want her name out there. Cheryl just made a statement about Greeno. Y'all see that? I'm going to take a second and find it because her voice deserves to be heard. Oh, it takes so many. Gosh, she just wrote it. Oh, here's back to the art of why he like really upset me. Because my name is now attached to yours on your channel. And I am very passionate about the case that we covered together, Rosemary Rodriguez. And you know why. You know, like it happened to my friend. And like I went on your channel and put my name on your channel, and then you found his criminal history, Curtis's criminal history, because you recognized that this is a part of his pattern, and literally were like, yeah, he did the same thing to someone else, and I didn't want to go with like Truth Finder, even though like a lot of it is truth, but I paid to get it from the state of Texas. And like, so it was relevant for that case that we covered for a family that you involved and that I came to get to know, and they're amazing and adorable. And then the next week you turn around and go on this guy's channel and you want to know why I'm mad? Are you kidding? Let alone you put a advocacy video behind a paywall. What in the actual F? So I'm not allowed to voice an opinion on other channels? Not sure what I did to make you exactly so disappointed that you felt the need to put my channel name up there while we are advocating for another case. Huh? Mel, you clearly have an issue with Greeno. That is fine. And I was bored and hopped on and actually had a great discussion. But you ain't liking it that I am going on that panel. Does not mean he goes away. Asshat. You're allowed to do whatever the heck you want. I'm going to do what I want. If you don't understand why it pissed me off that you would panel up with a habitual domestic abuser right after we covered Rosemary Rodriguez, that's messed up, dude. And I stand by that. And I'm sorry for for her family. Like that's the part that like that's why I'm upset. So cute. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to wait until I find it because I'm gonna find it. She just to have her voice heard. Gosh darn it. You could be more organized. Yeah. Maybe it's on my computer. But yeah, Case Gullible had Greeno, of all people, Greeno, who stole money from both the Hainish and the Coles family, like, and blamed it on Jess. Of course. Like, I don't know how to find it. Oh, there's a new comment. Let's read this one. What does your live-in lover that you have, like, they're trying to make it like it's something. Like, we've been together longer than most married couples these days because you know what the leading cause of divorce is? Marriage. Just saying. But I mean, God, we've been together for 16 years. We're doing all right. We raised two kids together. He did that, and he's not their dad. And he's never treated them like anything but his. And our life was them. And we have a great relationship full of non abuse and laughs and love. Like, okay. 16-year live in, think about you stalking Greeno. Greeno hurt you so bad you have never moved on. Get some counseling. Join a support group. You need to heal your heart. Seriously, from one woman to another, it's honestly hard to watch. Praying for that you can find peace someday. Oh my gosh, you passive aggressive bitch. Angela, Angela Luster 2026. Flying Monkey for Greeno. These are the people I'm talking about. Gosh. Here's one for Faye. Breaking news. Greeno is going to announce he is the unfortunate owner of a forklift due to his continued vilification of hot damn cold truth. The mask has slipped. So far off, it's beyond disturbing to watch. He singles you out for just being factual and consistent in a female. Nailed it. Oh, this is a good one. Here's one for Marv. Counterfeit repentance proceeds only from a sense of danger and dread of wrath. But true repentance is a sincere mourning for sin, a loathing of ourselves in our own sight for it, and an earnest desire of deliverance from the power and practice of it. So our perspective is faulty at best. Burn after reading. I'm geek. Still trying. Don't let him fool you. There's more that'll be coming out on that. It ain't over. Okay? I wish people would learn from my mistakes and the girls before me and the girls before her and the girls before that one and the one before that one, and to go back 15 years worth of mistakes. Hundreds of lives would have been better off. Fools. I keep saying, don't be an idiot like I was. But they are frowned upon as adults and can make their own mistakes on their own. Good luck. She's so graceful. Littlefoot. My mom always says you're judged by the company you keep. Good one. Val. You constantly call him a grifter. How is that any different than you getting paid by another creator to harass him, huh? Who's the other creator paying me? Because I'm going to talk to them about that because would be nice. You come off very unhinged and completely unstable. Zero forks given. Totally pathetic how you trolled her chat. And oh, this is the one I was looking for earlier. How you trolled her chat and then had Greeno's ex call in Granny's live next day under the name Faye. Granny's not naive, and I don't suggest you keep effing with her. She's no dummy and will put you right in your place. Move on, obsessed psycho stalker. Like they literally think they're like, ooh, you got me. I'm like, I'm not bored with Granny. Greeno's ex did not call her show. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. There were quite a few who were in her chat telling her the truth about Greeno, which I guess you consider trolling. Like, that's the crazy part. You have no right calling out anyone. Move on. Go volunteer at a domestic violence center. I do. Thank you very much. Put your energy towards helping those women. You'll feel better. And yourself instead of constantly being angry. I'm like literally not angry. Like I mean, it's sad to me, and it does upset me, but I think it's rightfully upset. You're constantly being angry, complaining, harassing creators, and following every move Greeno makes. At this point, you look like a complete psycho stalker. Shame on you for going on Randy and Marv. If you don't like who they align with, move the F on. You're pimping yourself out to make money for Gray Hughes to harass Anthony? What? I missed this comment. Pimping myself out for Gray? That's rich. In the end, you're the one who looks obsessed, and he should get a restraining order against you, girl. Get a life. So sad. Another flying monkey. Like, he tried to get a restraining order, and the judge was like, yeah, no, not happening. Good try, though. And then tried to tell people that it was actually real when it wasn't, and I had to prove that. Says the person defending a psycho felon. Burn after reading. These are great. I just want to find the one from Cheryl. It's really upsetting. Scotty says, well done. It's time for the POS to go. Anyone who evades paying child support ought to be banned for life. Imagine one of his children not having enough to eat or being deprived of an opportunity to get an education, all because this scumbag doesn't pay his bills. Time for Greeno to go permanently. And like that's the thing, he's asking you to buy him a drone. It'll be good for him. You know, he'll be able to give you what you want. Like what? Like, you know. And he buys weed all the time. He's got to have it. You know. It's just like, dude, you're such a shitty person. Y'all don't even know the half of it either. That's what's. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. I can't find it. I just found it. I hope that I am with you, Mel, when this POS meets up with you. I want to punch him in the face. This POS stole money from me and Miss Dottie. He sure snowballed. I regret doing the podcast with him about Nicole murdered by Garrett Kurtz and Ashley Garth. Now he is helping in the podcast to free Ashley. In my opinion, he is and will always be a piece of shit human being. Nicole's mother. Where's that circle on there? No. Why is it doing that? Like, what? What is happening? There. I don't know if you can see it. Not really. That's crazy. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, he has hurt victims. It's sad. All right, well, it's late. Appreciate y'all being here. You're great. You know Gray's history. What does that mean? Yeah, Gray is nothing like Greeno. No, they're not so alike at all. No, not at all. Got to disagree with you. No, I mean, do you ever see Greeno donating money to, like, true, real crime, like, you know, like, do you ever see any of those big channels? No, they don't give that money. They'll host like a donation night and donate that money, but like Greg literally gives half of his income. Like, so the fuck what that he makes money, good for him. And it's like he gives literally over half of it. You know how many cases like have been like he's helped literally that would still be sitting on a shelf if it wasn't for Gray paying for it for people to be identified? Like, you can't even compare those two. I'm sorry. Like, that's that. No, JLR and Greeno. Yeah, you could probably compare those two, but like, I don't even know on that, you know, but like closer because I do know that he has like a history, but like Gray, what? No, absolutely not. People don't like that he's rude, that he could be an asshole. But you know what? He's the nicest asshole you're ever going to meet. You know? Like, it's just who he, and that is the thing, is like, he is who he is. There's no pretension. There's no mask that he puts on. There's no mask to slip with Gray, unlike Greeno, So there's like a shit ton of differences. I'm not saying I always agree with Gray. Gray doesn't always agree with me. But like, I respect the dude, and no. His kid is related to Libby, yeah, but not really. I mean, he doesn't have anything to do with his kids. So him doing that is just yet another knife in the back to his kid and her, and to the family. Like, claiming, like, that's what he does, though. That's why this means so much to me, but he doesn't care. Go read my community, all the comments that he's made. He don't give a shit. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Johnny. I'm going to send you some rain. Will you try it? Let me know. Comment. Yeah. Keep ladies safe. Oh, thank you. Lavar Bukowski. Did I say that right? On the Hanish case. January, there, like, no, because it's just like there isn't anything new from the last time, but like the things are still on the docket for January. I think it's a pretrial hearing, and I think that going, like I'm going to be there for them because I don't leave families behind. Like I still actively talk to so many, and like yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. But I think he's gonna try to take a plea. Because he's not gonna want that out there. But I think that Delgado, like I think he's pretty badass. So I don't think he's gonna take some rickety plea. But you gotta think, um it is more common for pleas than it is for jury trials. Just saying. Look up the stats. And especially for small counties, they don't have the budget for this, So this takes a lot. And like when you can get a person to take a plea, admitting that they are guilty and admitting to what they did, they can appeal that. So there's more money saved and more heartache for the families. But if they give that man a plea that is concurrent with his sentence for Nicole, I am going to lose my mind again. I'm telling you that. Yeah, I think we're going to get Hanish first because Delphi, a couple more years is my... I don't know. I have to find it, Johnny. But if you need an MP3 file, I was just going to find it on YouTube because they have like creator sounds you could use. Did JK roll on her? It like, let's see. She like, to be honest, she like rolled on herself. Like, she walks into the first interview that she did. She was like, she was my rival. She gave me this black eye, Like, she was my enemy. And I wanted to kick her ass because she was dating my boyfriend. Like, she says all this stuff. I have all these clips. Yeah. I'll just share a few. I'll just share a few of these since you asked. Yeah, I do too. I feel that he is. Stephen Masterson is why I feel that he is. That's 3. How do I go to my... Look. Oh. That poor tree. Oh, that poor tree. Look at that. Mute it. Look at this. Oh, what is this? Oh, Lord. Save us. Oh. Like, what? Oh, I wish it would just pop on, like, divine intervention and pop on the licking the mic. Ugh. Oh, that was it. Where is the licking? I can't watch that again. don't know. There's some point in here where he licks that mic. Like, gives it a lick. Like, what? Whoever thought? Is that like a fetish thing? Like a mic licking? Here it is. Look. Oh. That wasn't the lick. There it was. God, I can't watch that again. Is this the lick? Well, I'm not going to be able to find the lick. It's bizarre, is all I gotta say. Oh, you guys probably can't hear that I didn't share my screen, did I? Yeah, I did. No, I did. Okay. Can you hear it? Why can't you hear it? Oh, I have the sound off.
Tests are done, and your DNA or hair, so we're not going to find your DNA on that tape. All that stuff, you understand, was collected.
Yeah,
Okay?
I understand that.
And I'm explaining to you that if tests are done, and your DNA or hair fibers, all that stuff that was collected, if any of that comes back to you, you understand that any chance that you had to say that you were sorry,
I am
or
sorry.
her family to understand that, because right now you're saying you had no involvement. So if anything comes back evidentiary-wise that goes against that,
Evidentiary-wise.
you understand that I'm sorry means nothing because you're lying to me.
I'm not lying to you. I am being honest.
So your fingerprints, your hair, clothing fibers, DNA is not going to come back on any of that.
I did not love him.
I did not. Like, I lost count. Like, where are they? Where I, like, try to count up all the time she denied that her DNA was going to be on. I didn't touch anything. I did not help. Did you grab the extension cord? No, I didn't. Did you hand Garrett anything? No. He wanted to be yelling at me. I didn't. Like, over and over, she denies it. And so he's finally like, fine, like, if your DNA comes back on this stuff, like, you know, you plagued yourself. Well, guess what? Her DNA came back on the stuff. And Case Gullible thinks that Ashley's, these are coming from Ashley, okay? Who lied too. She's all about how horrible the rest of them are. Yeah, they are absolutely wretched people. But, like, they all lied. Like, including her. But yet, somehow, we're supposed to excuse her lies. Okay. And she thinks that Ashley was tried in the media. Like, we couldn't get anybody to cover it. Like, it was like Facebook. Do you really think the jury in Newton County is, like, watching Like, get out of here. That had zero effect on them. They saw her saying all that she did. And, like, let me tell you, Garrett Kurtz in court, because I was there, that was the day that I was worried. Because Ashley's lawyer handled Garrett Kurtz like a pro. Like, she got him to be so aggressive. And you can tell, like, she was, like, because the way that she, talked to anyone else on the witness stand was completely different than what she did with Garrett. And it was totally like she was trying to get him to show his aggression and just, ugh. And it worked. And he did. And he was an a-hole. And it was like, oh my God, but this jury had seen so much evidence from day one of that trial that it was just like a no-brainer. I'm sorry. Like, her DNA came back on the stuff. And then, like, Case Globals like, oh, well, she touched the scarf earlier. She was there all day. And then she'd handed him the tape earlier. Even though Talitha says that she actually came in the room and asked Jasmine for the tape. Like, why would she lie about that? Like, she didn't know that that was of evidentiary value. It's like, so you would rather believe all these cockamamie stories that Ashley's telling you than to believe, like, the forensic evidence. Like, your DNA is under her fingernails. And she's like, well, that, of course it is. They got in a fight. Like, then she's a part of killing her. What is happening? You guys. Ugh. You know what's going to be real funny? All of this, those are just clips. I got all this recorded. Thumbnails. Thumb drives. Yeah, thumb drives. I don't care if I'm dead. My kids are going to inherit them. They're going to be in my will in a packet with the parole board's information on it for when she goes up for parole. So, because parole boards want to see repentance and accountability. Well, here you go, parole board. She got a YouTuber to right fight for her because she's innocent and wrongfully convicted. Like, you think the parole board's going to like that? I don't think so. And y'all know how I am. Like, I think I've shown that. So, they're going to get an envelope in however, it's a long time away. But so that's why I say, like, I may be dead. And so it'll be a part of my will that on this date, when she faces her first, like, parole hearing, it needs to be sent to them so that they have this information to see that who is about to come in there and give them some shit did all this. So, thanks for that, because that'll probably help Nicole's voice. Keep her in there a little longer. People don't think. Just don't think. I get them all the time, though. Like convicts that are wanting me to, like, take up their cause. They're all innocent, of course. And, like, I'll read them, and because, most of them have gone through appeal. And so when they do that, like, you can read a synopsis of the transcripts of the trial, or the plea, or not plea, but, like, sometimes they can plea there. They can appeal their sentence. But only what I've ever done is Mark Summerall. And it is because this man has been in prison since, like, I can't even remember the dates. 2012. For shoplifting. He got life without the possibility of parole. Life without the possibility of parole. He did not kill anybody. He didn't rape anybody. He didn't molest any children. He shoplifted, and about, like, 7 years before that, when he was, like, a kid, like, he got caught with some coke that was just enough, it wasn't, like, selling it. It was just, like, a personal amount. So it was, like, a measly charge. And then he got, like, I think another shoplifting. But, like, he literally took a coke from like, Cape Kroger. I had a friend who was a shoplifter. Like, I don't know. She was the preacher's daughter, too. So it was, like, really, I think she was just doing it because she was just, woo. But, like, Can you imagine if this, like she shoplifted a lot and she got caught a couple times. Like, can you imagine her doing life without the possibility of parole for shoplifting? Like, it's insane. So, yeah, I try to campaign for Mark Summerall because, good Lord, like, get him out of there. He's like grandpa. He's like in his 50s. Come on. This is ridiculous. You're abusing the law. You're abusing it. Because it's that third strike you're out. Which they've already repealed. But they still won't let him out. It's upsetting. Yeah, that was Garth. Yeah, for shoplifting, Carol. I want to say Mississippi. Pretty sure. But yeah, it's just like, I can't. Here. This is what I mean. This is what I mean right here. Like, this is not what you're doing, crazy.
And I'm only going to present the evidence to you, and I want you all to make that decision by yourself. Go ahead, Amber. Amber,
I totally disagree. Sorry. I was
But-
swallowing. I was over here munching on some chips.
But like I told you, like how...
Okay, so we're going to move on.
Like, that's not what she's doing, though, you know? Like, she's drugged this out for... a month, adding in speculation, and because Ashley's a truth teller, so what Ashley says is like gold and we should all believe it. Like, that is a bias. You're bringing your supposition into the whole thing, and if you really wanted to do it the right way, you would shut the hell up and play it and read it. That's it. You know, sorry, that's just the truth, cold truth. There you go. Once again, yeah. And then they really thought, do the innocent or exoneration project or state know about him? He needs some help. Like, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, meanwhile, I'm almost positive it's Mississippi, you know. Meanwhile, they're letting pedophiles out. Like, huh? Shoplifter, predator. Like, give me the shoplift. Like, what? Isn't that just the most crazy thing you've ever heard? And like, on that episode, I went through and like, I read the appeals. So like, this, I'm not like, that's all it is. Like, is shoplifting and like, the cocaine, and then there was another shoplifting, and they're saying it was violent. But like, no, you know what's violent is rapists and predators and domestic abusers and murderers and serial killers, not shoplifters. Ugh. All right. Hi, Cindy. I love her comments. She's so sweet. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Like I said, they're like, I covered it. Erica Seifert, the Seiferts, is it Ben and Erica Seifert? He was like the Navy SEAL, and they were like a couple that, like, you know, just the rare chance that two psychopaths meet, you know, and like there's a few other ones. I'm trying to think of the Ian and oh, where's True Crime Bloke when you need him? Something Henley. You know, just when those killer couples like collide, they're like pulsar stars. Do you guys know what pulsar stars are? It's like when two stars that are like dying become in the same, like, what's it called? Tired. In the same atmosphere. And so what happens is there's like a literally like pulse. They're like literally in a vortex until they either explode because they finally make contact, or like it's a black hole is created. Like, you can look it up, you know, but like that's how I see when Ashley Garth and Garrett Kurtz met. Mara Brady, thank you. Was it Ian Huntley? Yeah. Well, yeah, those two, who even knows? I mean, Otis O'Toole and Henry Lee Lucas, like, I'm sorry, but there needs to be an investigation into the investigation on that. And I mean, that's like, because there's a lot of cases that are closed that should not be closed. I mean, crazy. But yeah, there are duos, and they're terrifying. The Toolbox Killers. Oh, Lord. Paul Bernardo and Carla Hamol. Yes, Carol. Woo, that's another one. Pulsar Stars. You know? And that's Ashley and Garrett. I know he abused her. Never denied that. It's awful. But it's just not that. It's not Stockholm Syndrome when it comes to Ashley Garth and Garrett Kurtz. You know? Just like Carla Homolka. You know? Like, she tried to pull the same shit too. So did Ian Bradley, or I'm getting like two of them, because there was two. Who was the two that like, they kidnapped, like, she lured them, and then they like put them in the moors. Is it the moors? It's like and they took a picture, like, with their dog, like took a picture of like where they took videos of what they did to these poor little children. Like, they were awful. Ugh. Adam Walsh case. Paul Bernardo. That's the one that's got that, like, swindler. Ooh, I think I know what you're talking about. Necessarily. I think I covered them, actually. Fred and Rosemary West. Yep. Yeah, I know. That was Homolka. Yeah, like, oh, that was just so horrible. Can you imagine when the mom, I don't know if they were both alive. Like, I know the mom, like, can you imagine finding that out? You know, because it didn't come out that Carla and Paul killed her until after the other person that they kidnapped, and they found the video, like, from just a determined like not a clerk, but like worked in the lawyer's office, like going through everything. Like, I mean, it was just like they filmed it, you know? I mean, just like the depravity of that. All right, I gotta go. I really do. Like, I hate it that this was so long. I wanted to keep it just like a video so that people would be like, oh, this isn't long. I could watch it. So now I've screwed it all up. But, you know, it is what it is. We had a good time. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I'm trying to put together a look back of, like, checking in with all the cases that I covered. It's like gonna take me a while, so I really should have started on it before December. But just to kind of check in with all the cases and see if there's been any updates, see what's going on with all of them. So I'll start working on that now. Have a good night.